Hey guys, how's it going? Kaze here with another video for you. This one's in celebration getting 1,000 followers on Twitch. This is actually going to be a questions and answers video based on questions that were asked by my viewers who wanted more in-depth responses to get to know who I am as a person. If you don't know who I am, my name is Kaze. I stream Smash on Twitch. I also do Destiny every now and then. I do a couple other games, and this was one of my rewards to my viewers as of 1,000 follows is to do this video. I've also done a getting started on Twitch video. You can check out, you can subscribe and you'll see other videos that are going on. And if you want to get started on Twitch, I think those are the lessons that I learned so far in my way of helping people who want to get started. I'll also be doing a Captain Falcon combo video coming up pretty soon. I'm just trying to get the footage for that, but hopefully that'll be out pretty soon. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it though. And these were questions that were tweeted to me. I asked my viewers to tweet these questions to me and make them interview-style questions so I can really get into depth my thoughts on things. So, first question was actually by Korymon. Korymon is a fellow Smash streamer. You really should check her out. She's very nice. She asks, does streaming change the dynamics of my relationship with my wife? For those of you who don't know, I just got married to my wife, Amanda. We got that done about a month ago now, and it was awesome. But to answer the question, does she ever get bothered with my streaming, or does she ever want to join? I would say it does put a bit of a stress on us. I would agree that it can do that. It's going to no matter what. If you're in a relationship, it will. Twitch is a time commitment, and that's less time that you could be spending with your spouse. So for sure, it does put a stress on things, without a doubt. Does she ever get bothered by my streaming? She did at first, and now she's a lot more supportive of it, and I'm really thankful for that. But it still is, it can be kind of annoying at times if she needs attention or she needs help with something. I understand. So I've canceled streams before and said, if I need to help her out, family comes first. So for sure, that's how that goes. But she pushes me to stream, and there have been times where she told me I should stream instead of helping her. And then does she ever want to join? She's joined on several occasions. She's not a big Smash player. She's joined us for Jackbox games, a couple other times on other things where I'm playing other games for the hell of it. She's tagged in on the stream and joined in and all that stuff. I would say she's an active enough participant. And she's usually in chat too, so very supportive. And I'm lucky to have her. So on to the next question. This one was by Delphina Luma, who did the channel art. Great artist, really. I highly recommend looking into his artwork. Very professional. He's kind of a jokester, but he's professional when he needs to be. He says, how do I deal with bad moments on stream, such as raging over trolls? And does this affect how the stream is governed? He also included a picture. He included a picture which was of a pair watching Luma twerk. That's cute. But back to the question. The way I've learned to deal with it, I used to try to get reason out of it. I used to try to be like, why the fuck would you do this? To be like, why would you come in my stream and troll me or like try to piss me off? And I kind of realized, people do that for a rise. So I stopped giving that to them. Just last night, we had somebody come in and post one of the fake straw poll links that leads you to like the screaming image and all that stuff to try to scare people. And I just said, all right, well, I'm just going to ban you because obviously you're just going to troll. You don't give them that reaction that they want. They want you to crumble. They want you to be upset. They want you to feed into them and give them attention. I've learned now to just ban them and move on. I've actually got a little sign there on my monitor. It says, don't feed the trolls. Remind me, it's right below where my chat is, and it reminds me, don't give them attention. Does it affect how the stream is governed? I would say to a degree. It definitely inspires new rules. It definitely inspires me to look into how I interact with stream and what I have to watch out for. It also makes me more wary of things. Like, for example, the guy used a straw poll link. So now I'm more wary of that stuff. So yeah, it definitely does have an effect, for sure. But I try to not let it impact people who are being positive and being good in the stream. The next question was actually by Plockmock, another great Smash streamer. Check him out. He's really creative, for sure. Please, I'm excited that he's been growing at the same rate I have. We've started together. We both started under 100 followers, and now we've both broken 1,000, and we're going places still. It's amazing. But he said, what made me want to get into streaming? Is my beard really real? So to answer the second part first, yes, my beard is definitely real. If you tug on it, it hurts. You gotta stroke it. You gotta give it love. What made me want to get into streaming? I just like talking to people. I like meeting new people. I like interacting with people. But at the same time, I don't like to go out and have to like really commit to it. I enjoy being able to do it over the internet a lot because it's really easy to meet new people really quick, you know, and have fun with them, play games with them too. So streaming to me is ideal. And this way I can also share my opinions on things and get discussions on things I want to hear about and that kind of stuff, you know? It's a great outlet, you know? So, plus, you know, streamers have helped me. A lot of my favorite streamers have helped me get through tough times, helped me stay entertained while I'm working. It's good background noise, you know? It's really, I feel like I wanted to give that back. And so now that I'm into streaming, it's definitely easy to see how I was able to do that. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next question. This one was by Burakoro. He stops by streams occasionally. Good guy. I like him. He's a lot of fun to play. He says, when I first started streaming, did I have any specific games that I wanted to stream, and how do they differ from what I play now? So when I first started streaming, all I knew was that I wanted to stream, not necessarily what I wanted to stream. But I did have my favorites. So the first game I ever streamed was actually South Park and the Stick of Truth, because I wanted to go through my Steam backlog, and I had a good time playing it, but obviously you can only play that game so many times unless you're speedrunning it. So I then moved on to Counter-Strike, and I really wasn't getting anybody coming in for it, and I wasn't liking streaming the game while trying to talk to people. It was very difficult, because the game is very focused. You have to really pay attention, or you wind up getting headshot a lot, you know. So I thought it was important to pick a game that's easier for me. Smash, I feel like I can mess around with somebody, talk to people. I know a lot of people who stream Smash are very concentrated and don't interact as much, but I think I do a good job of it. And how do they differ from what I play now? Well, now I play Smash. I also play a little bit of Destiny for the same reason, mainly because I actually really like a lot of the Destiny streamers, and you know, someday I'd like to break more into the Destiny community. But for right now, I'm really having a good time with Smash. And Smash will always be a big part of my stream. It always will be. I enjoy Smash too much. It's too much fun. I find myself, like, if I get really frustrated with Smash, within 24 hours, I'm wanting to play again. So I know it's a game that really sticks to me, and it really speaks to me as well. So, on to the next question. This is by Spookhouse. I just took his marbles. Just beat his Pac-Man again last night. Won all the marbles. How did I meet the members and become a part of Generation Retro? So, I already met Plockmock. I met Plockmock because I wanted to raid him one night because I saw what he was doing with Ganondorf, and it was really cool to me. So I stopped by his stream, raided him. So him and I met that way. And one day while I was in his stream, CJ stopped by and said he really liked Plock's stream as well. So CJ started speaking to Plock and I, and we both joined Generation Retro. And then the other members of Twitch fam, like Chris Comey, Red Network, Corey Mon, all of them joined in as well. And we've been picking up more people along the way. And it's been such a great experience. It really has. And I'm excited to see us, you know, taking off. I see the talent that we all have. And to know that we're all starting from rock bottom and really taking off already is just, it's an amazing feeling. And I'm really glad to be a part of this team. So, moving on to the next question. Clamorax stopped by my stream. He says, if this was my last day on Earth, what would I do? And also, do I prefer being too hot or too cold, and why? If this was my last day on Earth, I would, you know, it's cheesy to say, but I would spend it with loved ones. You know, one thing I've really learned over the past few years is that, to me, being with my loved ones is more important than material possessions and all that stuff. And now that I'm understanding it, it makes me really want to be with them. You know, be with my friends, be with my family, be with my wife. You know, if this is going to happen, this theoretical situation happens when I have kids, obviously them too, you know. But yeah, I would just spend as much time with them as I could and enjoy our last moments together, I guess. As far as being too hot or too cold is concerned, I prefer too cold because you can always add layers. You can't take away too many layers before it becomes illegal. Or if you're in your own environment, you can't, like, take off your skin. You know what I mean? But you can always add more shirts, jackets, blankets, you know, all that stuff when you're too cold. Also, I prefer the feeling of being cold or a little too cold as opposed to being a little too hot. I don't like sweating too much. I don't know. Moving on to the next question. This is from El Glug. He stopped by from Terror Shard stream. He says, do I feel like games are more than just a way of passing time for me? And I would say yes. Definitely yes. There's a lot of everyday progress that I feel in games that helps to keep me busy and keep me sharp. I honestly credit a lot of my success in engineering and even in the field with gaming, believe it or not. It's a lot of games teach you very important concepts like teamwork, coordination, pre-planning, resource management. All of these things, they teach you them at a very early age and without real consequence. So you can take your time and learn the lesson instead of being too afraid to mess up and lose it. So I really definitely think that games are a great way of teaching people a lot of things. Good morals, for example, empathy, sympathy, how to deal with and cope with emotions and loss and all this stuff. You know, you get really invested in a game and you see a character die and you realize what it feels like without having to actually lose somebody. And that way you can learn to cope with it early. And I know it sounds cheesy, but I honestly believe it's true. I think games are... I met my wife through World of Warcraft, you know? Games are absolutely more than just a way of passing time. They add a lot to what we are capable of as people, and I think they're a very important part of my life, and I'm glad to see that they're important to the lives of people I know. So, Gamer Ghoul asks, after streaming, do I appreciate games more, and do I analyze them more or critique them more? Appreciate them more? I would say yeah, I do actually, because I realize what the value of a game is. Now that I play with all these people, I can really get into, like, Smash, for example. I'm really able to get into really deep understanding of the mechanics of the game because I have to play with all these people who practice a lot, you know, and you get so many of them, you get to see all these different perspectives on it. So definitely it makes me appreciate what games are capable of showing us, but also the fact that it's able to bring that many people together and have that good of a time. Definitely I really appreciate them a lot more. If I analyze them more, yeah, because I have to analyze carefully if a game is good to stream, if it's something that I'm going to want to continue to play, maybe finding ways I can get more value to them. Especially in Smash, I really have to analyze my character, because if I don't, I wind up losing to those who do analyze their characters. So you really got to analyze the game and its mechanics. And do I critique them more? I think, yeah, critique. Yes, definitely. I would say I find ways to see if I find games to be good or bad, because when you have to play them, well, not have to, but when you do play them for hours on end, day in, day out, you see little things that you realize could have been done better, and you become very critical of them. I mean, you've probably heard me critiquing tournament mode that they just came out with in Super Smash Bros. And how much more stuff they could have added for hardcore players. You know, they didn't add 1v1 tournaments or doubles tournaments. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. They have to all be free-for-all, really? You know, you can't do your own... I don't know. But yeah, I do get very critical of games now that I've been streaming. Move on to the next question. This one's from Dandog. He's a nice supporter of the stream. He also streams a bit. He says, has streaming impacted my life majorly, and if so, how? So streaming has impacted my life majorly in both directions. So both from watching other streamers as well as being a streamer. I would say yes, it's impacted my life majorly on both ends of that spectrum. From watching other streamers, I have become witness to speedrunning, which has really made me look at games in a whole different way and really appreciate older games too. From watching my favorite variety streamers, you get to meet and see new personalities, and this is really, guys, I don't know if you know this, streaming is impacting all of you, every single person here, because traditional media is dying as a result of it, because people are really enjoying the interaction you can get out of individuals who stream on Twitch. YouTube and Twitch, Netflix, all of them are taking over cable and subscription-based services, even though Netflix, I know, is a subscription-based service. But it's one where you can watch whenever you want. You don't have to like turn on a channel and hope something good's on. And so it's impacting everybody. It's not just me or you. But yeah, on an individual level, though, I mean, it's it's different to wake up in the morning and think, okay, instead of watching the news or maybe watching a TV show or a movie or whatever that's on TV, I wake up and I go to my favorite streamer and I start talking to them and hanging out with them and stuff like that. That's a whole different feeling. So yeah, that part's really impacted me. And then as far as me being a streamer is concerned, you better believe it's impacted me. You know, I used to not know that I was entertaining to people before I started. You know, it gives me a whole different perspective on it, that people actually value my input. People value my companionship and my opinions on things, you know, that they value me as a person, and that's a whole different feeling. Not even just that, but, you know, people have come by and said that my stream has helped them through tough times already. And I've only been streaming for a few months, and it's such a good feeling. It really is. It's I can't express enough, you know, how much it means to me to know that I'm helping somebody through a tough time that I myself have gone through before, you know. And it's good to know that I'm able to help people through that. You know, I'm glad that I'm able to encourage them to keep going and keep pushing on, and it's such a great feeling. Yeah, it's definitely impacted my life majorly. Moving on to the next question. This one's by Demaray. This guy's been here for a long time. He's been here since, I want to say around 200 followers. He's been here forever. What is my favorite game for each Nintendo platform, excluding Smash? All right, so I go down the list. On NES, I don't know on NES. I guess I would just say Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario Bros. 2. On Super Nintendo, it was Super Metroid for sure. Maybe Link to the Past in a close second, and then the old Super Mario games maybe third. I don't know. N64 was, I would say, a tie between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. And since we're excluding Smash Bros., I would say Mario 64 came in second there. I also really liked these games, Hybrid Heaven and Mystical Ninja Star and Goemon. Those two were games that I loved. I actually wanted to speedrun Mystical Ninja Star and Goemon. I have it on my N64. I might try it sometime. You know, I might try speedrunning it sometime. We'll see. GameCube, since we're excluding Smash, the Metroid Prime series for sure. I liked Animal Crossing, I think, shortly after that. I also liked Bloody Roar. That was a good fighting game. Trying to think what else. Luigi's Mansion was fun. I actually really liked that one a lot. Whether people weren't huge fans of it, but I actually really liked it. Pikmin was good too. Let's see. On Wii, I'm gonna say the Metroid Prime trilogy because Metroid Prime 3 was there, and I am such a huge fan of Metroid Prime, the series as a whole. I really liked 3. Some people didn't like 3, but I really liked it. Since we're excluding Smash on there as well, I really liked Twilight Princess. I was not a big fan of Skyward Sword. I actually didn't even finish Skyward Sword because I just didn't like the game. It was too wonky for me. I got like 75% of the way through it and just stopped. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it. On Wii U, if we're excluding Smash, Splatoon probably would be my favorite after Smash on Wii U. Wii U didn't have a lot of games. I just really like Smash on it. Going back to the portables, on the original Game Boy, I would say Mario Bros. On Game Boy Advance, Metroid Fusion, and Metroid Zero Mission, followed closely by the Mario Superstar Saga. I loved that game. That game was so much fun. I also really liked Advance Wars. That one was a lot of fun. And then Golden Sun as well, and Fire Emblem. Although I never finished Fire Emblem. It took too much time, I don't know. On the DS was Super Mario DS 64, for sure. I also, believe it or not, I really like Cooking Mama. That one's actually a fun game. That one really was not, that one took me by surprise. On the 3DS, I like the remakes, honestly. Like, I know it's kind of a cop-out, but they're really fun on the 3DS. I don't know. So I think that's all the systems. Move on to the next one. Do I like, what do I like most of Generation Retro? Definitely the camaraderie. It's you know, the fact that I know that I have people who have my back, people who support me through things. Like if I want to change a game, down the road, maybe Smash doesn't work out or something happens catastrophically to it that I'm just not a big part of it. I know that I have people in my stream that have my back. You know, that people will help me to transition to a new game and build up a fan base, because I know for a fact that if I switched my games, if I switched from Smash to, say, Destiny, people would not only stop watching, people would come back and start asking, when Smash? Why the fuck did you stop playing Smash? This game fucking sucks. You're an asshole. Like, I've watched it happen. Every single good streamer I've watched who switched games, this includes CJ Music, I don't know if you know this, that they switched, people were livid. They came back and they start saying this and that about them and these horrible things about them. You know, it's... So I'm expecting that if I ever try to change my game, I'm going to get really negative feedback, but it's to know that I have these people that have my back and have my, you know, have me as a friend like that. It means a lot. It really does, to know that I can do that and they can support me until it smooths out, you know. So on to the next question. So Robin Sanic has been coming in here for a bit. He took a break, but he's back now. What was my first console and what got me into gaming? My first console that I owned was a Super Nintendo. I was gifted it from my grandpa. And that really is what got me started. I played a bunch of Super Nintendo when that came out. I got a Nintendo 64 as a gift from my parents for Christmas one year. And that one is when I really started to get into gaming. And then I met other people that I played a lot with in school around the GameCube era. And it's just kind of gone off from there. A lot of it, too, was I moved around a lot, especially as a kid. And so the only real constant thing in my life was those games. In fact, when I moved I used to live in New England when I was in 9th grade. And then we moved to Florida. I had started playing Final Fantasy XI at the time, and what I found was great about it was that because it's an online game, when I moved, everybody that I was playing with, nothing happened. It didn't affect anything, because all it was is that I was logging in from a different location, but I was using the same computer and all that stuff, so I was still playing with the same people. And that's what really cemented online communities for me, because it doesn't matter where I go or where I live, you know, they're always there. And I think that's why people really started to appreciate, you know, online and the internet. You know, I know a lot of my viewers are younger, but you don't realize people who use the internet were kind of looked down upon. Like, people who played online games a lot were really looked down upon. Not just over a decade ago. You know, just over a decade ago, people were really looked down on for spending a large amount of time in online gaming. I mean, you were made fun of for being a big World of Warcraft nerd, you know? So there's that, but it's definitely, I'm glad that it's taken a lot more of a positive direction, and now nerd culture is the popular thing. It really is. So definitely glad it went that way, and people have seen what I saw early on in the internet and gaming, which is just what it's able to do to bring people together and keep them together. So move on to the last question. This was actually done by a Twitch inbox, sent by Rob Easy. He says, what did I enjoy most about taking electrical engineering courses? So if you don't know this, I actually graduated with my bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. And what I enjoyed most about it was the different perspective it all gave me on reality, on what everything is about. It was a challenge, too, to really help me understand what electronic components actually are. You'd be amazed to know this, but everything that connects us was discovered 150 years ago by Nikola Tesla, you know? No, maybe not 150, I'm sorry, that's a bit off, about 100 years ago. And it's crazy to see how much it's evolved, and now people are really starting to understand all this stuff. I also like the fact that I was able to take the time and challenge myself to understand these things when people just give up in the first year. So it definitely was, I think the best part of it was the challenge and the fact that I knew I could overcome it. And now that I know that I'm able to do that, you know. So anyway, that's going to do it for our Q&A session. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you do enjoy this, feel free to subscribe here on YouTube or follow me on Twitch. Same thing. And come on, stop by stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something about me. There'll be more to come. I plan to do this every decade, which means every 10 times followers. So after 10,000 followers, I'll probably do this again. so on and so forth. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. But it's me signing out, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you soon. Hope you have a great day, and take it easy.